Welcome back. Well, it's Thursday, and that means Mayor Tom Arceneaux is back in our studio to update us on the latest community issues. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome back.
It's good to be here.
I'm so glad to have you once again. Let's get right into, what we came here to do. I first want to talk about one of the hot topics that has been, circulating or whatever. We've been talking about downtown safety recently, and you've mentioned last time we were here the food trucks and how food trucks basically encourage people to kind of have, hangout areas. They're not really patronizing businesses in these areas. So talk to us about how you kind of plan on to enforce, people in that area to, I guess, remain where they're supposed to be, and of course for those unpermitted food trucks who may remain there and say, hey, this is my way that I make my income, I'm going to remain here. How do you enforce that?
Well, the main thing to remember with food trucks is that they serve food, and that means that they serve food to the public, and there are certain health department requirements. They're not city of Shreveport requirements, they're health department requirements. That's to make sure that the food they say they serve is safe for the people that are consuming it. They have kitchen requirements and cleanliness requirements and those kinds of things. Well, everybody needs to comply with those. And so sometimes people just set up a barbecue pit or something like that and they begin selling, then that's not permitted. So we want to make sure that they're down there. It also encourages crowds to be down there, and if they're not patronizing the businesses that are there, we're not interested in a gathering of people in downtown Shreveport, because the purpose of that entertainment district is to support the businesses and the activities that they're engaged in. So they typically have to have a permit both from the city, that's for their location, and from the health department. So will police officers be down there checking that or making sure that everyone is in compliance? They will. They will be making sure of that, because we want, most of this activity is happening at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It isn't happening earlier in the day. So we want to make sure that we are, a lot of the people who are down there they're violating the open container law. They're doing all kinds of things that are not permitted under our ordinances, and we want to make sure that people are there and they're obeying by the rules. Okay, then. Well, we already know that you were up for the bid for re-election, Mayor, and we definitely talked to you about this last time. You kind of mentioned some of the progressions that Shreveport have made while you've been in your tenure. So I want to ask you, what is one issue that you plan on to, address next year that's something new that you haven't already kind of touched on with your, last years of being in this position? We'll really be concentrating on the second phase of block by block, which is the redevelopment phase. We have two areas, one in Highland, one in Moortown, that we're very interested in to determine how we could take a small area and redevelop that area, put some resources into that area, and see what we could do to improve it. Okay, then. I also wanted to mention to you before we go that we are in our period of, kind of bringing in some remarkable women nominations. We wanted to ask you, do you have a remarkable woman in your life that you would like to nominate? I don't want to put you on the spot, so we'll give you a little time to, of course, think about that. But we definitely want you guys to continue to, bring in your nominations as well for that. It's time to get down to our question of the day. Well, looks like, Mayor, we have 53% saying entertainment district. Do you have any updates or insight that you can provide on something, new for this? Well, we're working on a safety plan that will be sustainable long term. Right now, we're focusing on a lot of manpower down there. We need to be smart about where we place officers, what they're doing, what kind of offenses they're looking for, to make sure that the entertainment district is safe. And I think you'll be seeing in the next several weeks, I think you'll be seeing some announcements about new businesses in the downtown area that are going to be coming. I think the more businesses we have down there, the fewer problems we'll have. And then I want to quickly ask you about a photo that has been circulating of the American Tower in downtown Shreveport with this picture, and it has 50 Cent's G-Unit logo plastered on it. Not sure if you've seen that photo. Do you have any insight on what may be taking place with this building, or if 50 Cent plans on purchasing, if not already? Well, I've seen the photo. I don't believe that Mr. Jackson has purchased the building at this stage. I do know that he has looked at it. And I don't know what his intentions are.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll be finding out something soon about that. Once again, thank you, Mayor, for joining us. And
thanks for having me.
Yes, of course, guys. Please check this out on our website. We'll have a recap for you. Stay with us.